So, redesigns. Yeah, you know what, guys? Redesigns. Doors redesigns. That's what we're doing today. Like, you know, all the time. Anyways, disclaimer before the video starts. Don't take this as me, you know, saying that, oh, the current designs suck. It's just my interpretations of their concept and how I would design them in general based off of their current designs. So, yeah, without further ado, let's just get started. Not gonna lie, Grumble's design is pretty good to me. It, you know, has Screech vibes, mainly because I'm pretty sure that Grumble is based off of the bald Screech meme, but, you know, I feel like Grumble already has a pretty solid design for what they were going for. So, like every other entity I'm gonna design, I'm not gonna change up like the main things about them. And for Grumble, I already like Grumble's shape, the ball with the tentacles, just like Screech. Really basic, but, you know, gets the point across. Now, Grumble is pretty plain for the most part. You know, just white, red, eyes, teeth, mouth. Yeah, it's pretty basic. So I decided that since the Grumbles live in the mines and we don't see them in the hotel, I'd like to change up just the theme, kind of. Like, Grumbles don't really have a certain theme, and most Doors entities in general don't have, like, you know, certain things they're based off of. Unlike Pressure, where all the entities had, like, oh, it's based off of a bull shark, or it's based off of octopus. No, Doors entities are more randomized, and to be honest, I think I kind of like that, but for the sake of redesigns, it gives more liberty, but also it gives, like, less inspiration. So, I decided that I'm gonna just play off of what we know about Grumbles in the game. They really are like the main guys in the mines, and I wanted to make their design like based off of the mines themselves. So I gave the Grumbles these little rocks growing around them, and also like these gray markings over their skin, as like the rock kind of combining with their skin almost. It's kind of creepy, but it's like they live in these tunnels and they're always underground. So I feel like it's like buildup of sediment, cause they're always sticking to the ceilings and stuff when they're baby giggles. So when they grow up, they kind of just get all these sediments and all these rocks in general stuck to them. And I feel like it just kind of grows in maybe, but it could also be like a part of them, like little camouflage kind of, but they're not very camouflaged at all because of how big and loud they are. I also decided to give them vines. Just with the amount of vines and gardens there are in the mines, it's like, I bet there would be some growing on them, just kind of fitting with the whole cave theme that I wanted to give them. For the most part though, I kept the coloring the same. I gave the Grumbles pupils because I thought it would be, you know, kind of more fun with the red eyes. I just added a little bit more variation with these like pink slits in the middle. For their mouths, I changed up very little things because in general I said I like their designs, so I gave them like a sharp tongue just to look more menacing. I made their teeth also sharper, just for the same reason as last, and made them overall just more scrinkly in the eyes, if that's a word. Wrinkly, whatever. But yeah, for the most part, I didn't change much. I just wanted to go on a more earthy theme for the Grumbles, with also sharper features, just to make them look a bit more menacing and a bit different from Screech. But you know, that theory about Screech being an infected Grumble? Yeah, but either way, here is the Grumble design. On to the next entity, which you guys will love. You may be asking why. Why Timothy? Well, the thing is that I have a crazy game theory for Timothy that you guys would probably call cap, but I think it's so real, for real. So, hear me out. Timothy is going to be like the final villain, final boss of how many floors that Doors will have. Hear me out, okay? Timothy is like the smallest entity and like does absolutely nothing. So everyone just bats an eye whenever they see Timothy. It's like, oh, Timothy, he's annoying, yeah, but secretly he's deep down the villain, okay? And Timothy actually has a form called Bimothy in this theory, okay? Bimothy is just Big Timothy, the queen of the Timothys, okay? Bimothy. And she holds the power of all the hotel. She has a crown on her head, just to emphasize the fact that she's like the queen of the ant hill or whatever. Not ant, fuck. Spiders, yeah. And she channels the power of all three lights: guiding light, curious light, and mischievous light. See, Bimothy is the one in charge. Bimothy. Okay, so for Bimothy's design, massive Timothy. But she has a crown, like I said. And she has all these cool wisps, bioluminescent lights all over her thorax and her whatever, right? And these channel the power of the lights inside of her. Yeah, I know, crazy. So I gave her the guiding light and curious light and mischievous light colors, the red, yellows, and blues. And I gave her these glowing spirals with, you know, all that stuff. Her 8 eyes, amazing. Each eye has a different color, but then the 2 main eyes have like a mixture of all 3 colors. Yeah, Bimothy, magical, amazing. Tell me if you agree with this theory, because personally, I think Bimothy is gonna be the #1 enemy in all of Doors. So amazing. Yeah, here's Bimothy. On to the last entity. So, Halt's design is pretty much perfect for the most part. He is just a blue ghost guy. There's not much I wanted to change about him, but he recently got like a new map, right? Or a new room for himself, and it was a dining area. So I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna give him this more ghoulish shape, and I mean, if that makes sense. And I decided that he would have these floating kitchen items or dinner items floating around him as if he's controlling them. I feel like Halt has a pretty basic premise, and for floor 2, right, they upgraded his difficulty by making him go faster and having to push a minecart down and stuff like that. But I feel like we could do more with Halt later on in the game. For example, with the dinner area, right? Probably wouldn't be added to floor 1 because floor 1 you just meet Halt, but this is kind of like a concept. He would have floating items, be able to throw shit at you. I don't know. It would be funny. This one is probably the worst out of the redesigns I made, mainly because it was like 2 a.m. and also there's not much to change about Halt. I kept his same ghost thing with like pool effects and stuff. There really wasn't much I needed to change about him, because in general, I think Halt has a pretty perfect design, considering yeah, as I said, he is just a blue ghost guy. But with that being said, I also made an alternative design, which I feel like some section of the fandom would like. Here is the alternative design that I was suggested to by a friend. So I made this one in like 2 minutes or less. I don't know why I sped it up. I didn't really need to, but I did. So Halt, anime waiter boy, because he's in a dining room. So I don't know. I guess he's a waiter now. Yeah, tell me what you think, for real. Yeah, that's Halt. Here's the serious design, though. So, yeah, that's my, those are my redesigns. 2 of them were kind of jokes, but, you know, in general, it was kind of fun. No, it wasn't. This video was shorter than a lot of my others because I was on a kind of time crunch, and there's homework, and there's school, and school sucks. So, yeah. If you enjoyed this, you should subscribe. You should subscribe, and you should drink water because it's good for you. So, yeah. That's really it. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.